From this video, we'll start a programming series that is specifically targeted towards novice. Okay, so it will take you from a novice to an expert. Okay, so that is the approach that we'll be using. So we'll start from the basics of programming. Okay, programming from scratch totally, and then by the end of this course, we'll learn how to write low level system softwares, like you can say drivers and stuff. Okay, so the programming language that we'll be learning in this would be C programming language. Now, why I chose C programming? Because that is the language which I learned first. Okay, and apart from that, C is very flexible. Okay, so it allows you to build whatever type of thing you want to build, and it's not restricted to a certain domain, so you can do anything and everything with C programming. Just that you should know what you are doing exactly. Okay, so that is why I chose C programming. If you are a novice, then you can choose either programming languages like C, Python, C++ if you want. Okay, so if you're starting out with OOP, but that again is a very bad idea to start with C++. So I guess the best languages to learn at this point of time should be either C or Python. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's get started. So I will start from the basics. Okay, so I will first tell you about the compilation process of how it works. So here, when you are starting with programming, there are a few tools that you should have. Okay, so the first thing that you need to have is an editor. Okay, so you can use any editor, text editor. Okay, so it should be a simple editor. Okay, not anything fancy. You do not need to use any IDs or anything. Use a simple editor like gedit, or you can say notepad. Okay, whatever you got. If you are using Windows, then you can use notepad, and other than that you will need to use a compiler. Okay, so most students in India use an outdated compiler, which is the turbo compiler, turbo C++. I would recommend not using it at this point of time. Okay, so that's the turbo programmer. Turbo, you can say the compiler is quite old and obsolete at this point. So if you are starting out with this course or trying to learn C programming, then I would recommend you to use GCC. Okay, GCC is kind of a compiler collection. There is the open source compiler collections, you can say, or you can say free software collections. It belongs to that community. So if you're using that, and I would personally recommend you guys to use Linux based operating systems, so that you can have a control of the things that you're doing. If you're using Windows, even then that is fine. Okay, so that's not a big deal. So then you need to select the compilers. That is, you can use either GCC. Okay, if you are on Windows, then you can use MingW, or it comes with a Bloodshed compiler. Okay, so you can use the Bloodshed, Orville, or those things. Okay, or you can use Visual C++ as well if you want. Okay, so it also compiles C programs. Okay, so you can use that as well, depends on what you prefer. So that are two things that you require, and now I will tell you how programming works here. So here, this is your program. Okay, whatever text you are writing, then for this program, this will be written in an editor. So editor can be anything like notepad or anything. Okay, notepad, gedit, or any type of editor, and you are saving this file with a .c extension. So this file will be a .c file. Okay, let's get this text bigger. So this is a .c file. Okay, so this .c file is compiled first. For that you will need a compiler. So if you are using GCC, then the GCC compiler will compile this file here. So this is a compiler. Okay, so modern day compilers are built with linkers as well, linkers, loaders and stuff as well. Okay, so it's a single step process when you are actually doing these things, but inside it is a multi-stage process. So what you need to do is your input of this C program is given to the compiler. Okay, here, so you gave this compiler. So what this compiler will first tell you when you compile is whether your program is syntactically correct or not. Okay, apart from the syntaxial checks, there are some logical checks for unreachable code and stuff as well. Okay, but that we'll see when we actually get into programming. For now you don't need to worry about those things. So these are the checks that are performed by the compiler. Okay, after these checks are performed, it will tell you whether your program is written according to the syntax or not. So syntax means the rules that govern how you write a program. Okay, every programming language has its own syntax. What is the syntax of C, that we will see in the program when we get to programming. For now, understand that it should be according to the syntax. If not according to the syntax, it will throw you some errors. Those errors you have to remove, only then you can proceed to the next step. Once the compiler compiles correctly, it will generate an object file. Okay, so it will generate an object file. So that file will be an obj file, dot obj. So here we'll name it dot obj. Okay, so that is the object file. So this object file, I have named it obi, okay, obj object file. So this object file is then compiled into an executable or the exe. Okay, so this is converted into an exe. So here other stages are involved, like you have the linker and stuff that will generate it into an exe. Here it will generate an exe out of this. Okay, so in modern compilers you don't have these stages directly. Okay, so just you compile this program, it will internally generate an obj, and when you hit run, it will directly run the executable. So the compiler has all these stages inside it. Okay, so it's just for your understanding that what I'm telling you. Okay, so finally the executable is what we run. Okay, so the problem with this process is, for all different types of operating systems, there needs to be different compiler. Okay, and the executable file on different systems is different. For Windows it is the executable or the .exe file. For Linux based systems it is the .bin or the binary file. And apart from that, there are other runnable files as well you can run here, like dpkg and all those things. Okay, so they are also available. And on Mac OS there is a .dmg file that can be run. Okay, so due to this thing, you will need 3 different types of compilers for your code on different target systems. Okay, so this is the concept of the compiler. So now let's actually get start to program this thing. So for now I will end this video here only, and in the next video I will tell you how to get started with programming in C. Okay, thank you.